Kia ora. Well, it's been a fairly showery start to the Christmas week, and this afternoon we've got more showers and even some thunderstorms back with us, especially around those eastern parts of the Southland. You can see them springing up as the heat in it really kicks off this afternoon. One or two of those could be fairly heavy, perhaps with some hail and some pretty beefy bursts of rainfall as well. Things will ease off as we head in towards the evening time. You can see on the Northland still one or two showers kicking around there, but the main emphasis will be this eastern side of the Southland. So much so, we have got a severe thunderstorm watch there, which runs through this afternoon to about 9 p.m. So well worth keeping a close eye on the radar charts. You can find those over on the Met Service website. Now, as we go through in towards the evening time, we'll find the temperatures drop down, the showers ease off as well, still keeping a fair bit of cloud around those eastern parts of the Southland, but generally a drier, clearer night, especially around these eastern parts of the Northland and up towards, say, the Bay of Plenty, Coromandel. You can see, though, out towards the far western side of our picture, this next area of low pressure present in store for Christmas Day across the western side of the Southland. But for Christmas Eve, it's looking like a pretty decent start today. It's not particularly cold to start the morning, 14s and 15s as we start the day tomorrow for Tuesday. And as we head through the daytime, most of us are in for a dry day as well. Some clearer skies here and there, the cloud breaking up across the eastern side of the Southland. By the end of the day, this next area of low pressure pushes in from the Tasman Sea, bringing that wet weather towards Fjord and perhaps as far southern parts of Westland to end the day on Christmas Eve. But for many of us, the Tuesday is looking like a dry day, some nice clear skies and temperatures not too bad either. For the North Island, we have still got areas of cloud to watch out for around these western parts, perhaps an odd shower about the higher ground of Manawatu and down towards the Carpentry Coast. But for Auckland, it's generally a fine, dry looking day. Bit of early morning cloud, clearing away, leaving behind plenty of sunshine. Similar story down to Wellington as well. A little bit more cloud bubbling up about the ranges of Hawke's Bay and Tairafti. But here looking like a fine day as well. Plenty of sunshine. And for many of us, it is a dry, fine looking Tuesday. As we go through the daytime, we'll find our top temperatures in places like the Bay of Plenty, highs here of 26 degrees Celsius, up through Northland as well, 26 degrees Celsius, not a bad looking at Christmas Eve at all. Down on the Southland, we start off with a little bit more cloud through the Canterbury Plains down towards Otago. It takes its time to break up and clear away. We will find, though, some brightness back into Christchurch by the end of the afternoon. Perhaps a few spots of rain first thing in Dunedin, but they'll clear off quite nicely. You can see on the second half of the day, the cloud starts to thicken up. We might find an odd shower springing up through parts of Southland, but many spots staying dry. It's really the end of the day. We see that next area of wetter weather pushing back towards Fiordland, perhaps up towards the far southern parts of Westland, but generally through here, it's just a little bit more cloud in towards Hokitika by the end of the day and overnight. Now, in terms of our temperatures on the Southland, again, still pretty decent. Highs around about 22 degrees Celsius in Christchurch. Not as warm as it has been, but down towards those central parts of Otago, back up to 25s and 26s as we head through the afternoon. Now, looking ahead in towards Christmas Day, we see this next feature run towards us. However, it's quite slow moving, so we'll find places like Auckland, Wellington, starts off dry and fine. I think we'll find it turns cloudier through the daytime, and by the end of the afternoon, we'll find that rainfall in towards those northern parts of the Northland, and showers springing up across the eastern side of the Southland. So it's a day that if you want the best of the weather, apart from the western coast of the Southland, head out first thing. Things perhaps going downhill as we head through towards the afternoon, with more cloud and wet weather pushing across from the west. It's worth saying overnight, Christmas night in towards Boxing Day, a spell of rain that runs through Northland, Auckland, the Coromandel with the Bay of Plenty. And I think if you're looking for the best of the dry, bright and warmest weather this Christmas Day, head towards the eastern coast. Places like Hawke's Bay and up in towards Gisborne, Tairafti looking pretty decent. Wairarapa looking okay as well. Just watching out for a few showers springing up there through the evening time. As always, the team will be here throughout the next couple of days, keeping you updated with the latest forecasts, and you can find all of that information at metservice.com.